Hi, I'd like to welcome you all to my first podcast for the Peace Herd Project. Today I'd like to talk to you about what the Peace Herd Project is and where I'd like to go with it. I'm also going to talk a little bit about who's going to participate as sculptors and what the requirements are for their sculptures. The Peace Herd Project is an idea I got inspired by the Terracotta Warriors. The Terracotta Warriors is a huge sculptural installation in Xi'an, China, where an emperor had an entire army built of individuals, each with different faces and all their different equipment they needed for their army, built out of clay and bronze. And it's an inspiring sight. It's 7,000 plus figures. So we have this inspiring sculpture, and it's this incredible example, and I thought to myself, what would happen if instead of warriors, you have people who have made social progress through peaceful means? Instead, people like Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Steve Jobs, people who have done these incredible things and not used a single weapon. And I thought, wow, what an awesome thing that would be, and think of what an incredible example that would be. So I'm stuck, and I think I have this really powerful idea. And I've been planning about how do you make something so grand happen. So here's the plan. I want different artists to make all of these sculptures. I want artists from around the world to create a sculpture from somebody from their local area who's really done something fantastic. I mean, South Africa's got Nelson Mandela. Let me describe the installation, what the finished product is going to look like for the Peace Herd Project. The sculpture will be installed in a large field where a flyover will give you an image of a peace dove. There will be paths around it lit so that at night you could see the image of the dove, and we will have a website where the biography of each figure, you'll be able to reference that website while you're on the sculpture. On the site, I would like two separate buildings. One building I would like for visitors and conferences and meetings and schools to have a place to set up indoors and talk and have lessons. And another building separate of that for maintaining the sculptures and processing them as they come in. The sculpture will be growing over a long period of time as we get more artists to submit pieces. They will come to the site and be arranged in the order that they are received. The requirements for an organization or artist to submit a sculpture for this. Any artist or organization that is capable of building a sculpture that is built well enough to handle outdoor conditions and makes a respectful sculpture that represents their inductee. I envision this as a school project and could be done in a university setting where a group of students could work together to nominate a figure. It could be a single artist creating the piece, inspired by a particular person that they want to represent. It can also be a commissioned piece. You might find that it's very important that a certain figure be represented and find an artist to build the figure for you. So what are the requirements for the sculpture? A sculpture needs to be the scale of the person it represents. If it was a young child, it'll be small. If it was, the first requirement is that you can represent the person sitting, standing, or kneeling. The sculpture needs to be constructed out of materials that can handle outdoor setting and a wide range of temperatures. There must be ways to mount the sculpture to a permanent pedestal. There needs to be room for rods to go up into the bottom of the piece so that it can be fastened down to its. Each artist is required to find a local place to present their sculpture along with a story of where it will eventually end up. This is part of getting the concept out to the world to make the Peace Heard Project a place that will be visited by folks from every nation. I would also like to collect the biography of the artist who creates it and any documents that relate to the Peace Heard Project and how they are involved, whether it be collecting fundraising, speaking with art organizations to find a place to install it temporarily before it moves to the herd, any interesting things that go on in the discoveries that happen in finding the right person for the sculpture, things that happen in learning about their story and investing more time in what they've done. There you have it, the Peace Heard Project. 7,000 plus figures of examples of how amazing mankind is and the amazing things we do to resolve conflict, social unrest, and difficult situations that affect everybody alive. As the Peace Heard Project grows and we collect artists who are interested in being involved and they find figures of merit to include in the herd, I'll be trying to put out regular broadcasts every time a new figure has been inducted, and we'll talk a little bit about why we think they are a good example to be in the Peace Herd, where they come from, and a little bit about the artist who's creating the sculpture and where it can be seen until we have the final location for the Peace Herd Project. Until then, thank you very much for checking out the Peace Herd Project's first podcast. Come back for more when we talk about some of the great people that are going to make this happen. Thanks for visiting, and